Good morning. I've had one heck of a morning this morning, and I think this is going to be a getting real with Nichole video. Back in the day, we're going backwards. Back in the day, long time ago, years ago, I had a temper. I had a mouth. You know, pre-Jesus, pre-really getting into Jesus, I had a mouth. I didn't let anybody walk all over top of me, and I definitely didn't let anybody walk all over top of my children. Now they got their tails tore up if they were in the wrong, but I was raising well-loved, well-disciplined, and as time went on, I started introducing Jesus because that's what we needed. I needed Jesus. They needed Jesus. We all needed Jesus. Well, over time, Jesus has calmed me down. But I think I took it to the other extreme where I didn't really come up against anybody. I didn't stand. Now, I always stood up for my kids. Now, that never changed. The way I approached it changed, but that never changed. I've always had their backs. And they're grown, and I still have their backs. But I think I got to the point where I just, whatever. I'll let anybody do whatever. Half the time I didn't even stand up for myself anymore. And I mean, I know the thing, God saw it, He'll take care of it. But there's a point in time where we have to go back to wisdom, godly wisdom. And if Jesus is our example, we need to learn how to discern when to give grace and when to slay the giant in front of us. And the only way we're going to know that is through Scripture. Jesus, yes, the most loving man ever to walk the face of this earth. But He stood up for truth. He stood up for the Bible. He stood up for people who could not stand up for themselves. He didn't take everything lying down. He stood up. He was a real man that stood up for justice. And I think we need to learn how to do that. We need to learn how to be more like Jesus and learn to discern. Anyway, it's just food for thought. Same husband, same wife, same dump truck with love.